What if the QVC host you thought you knew best was living a double life? What if the woman behind Don't Dilly Dally, the garden queen, the cardigan confidant, had a personal story more intense, more hilarious, and more inspiring than anything she ever sold on air? For nearly 2 decades, Carolyn Gracie was a staple on QVC. Her voice, her laugh, her pets. They were familiar comforts in the background of millions of lives. But when she disappeared from the network without a proper goodbye, fans started asking questions. And what we found? Let's just say, the truth finally leaked. This is Carolyn Gracie's secret life. The full, unfiltered story. And trust me, it's a wild ride. Let's start from the very beginning. Before QVC. Before Ellen's cat food stunt. Before her voice sold garden gnomes and shapewear to America. Carolyn Gracie wasn't just a host. She was a survivor, a broadcaster, a bold risk-taker, and yes, even a radio rebel. She grew up in Carmel, Indiana, a Midwest town where charm is served with a side of casseroles. And after graduating from Purdue University, Carolyn didn't dive into fashion or retail. She went straight into radio. For over 20 years, Carolyn was a voice behind the mic. From local Indiana stations to Los Angeles powerhouses like Cost and K-Lite, she made her name hosting morning and afternoon shows, comforting commuters, cracking jokes, and building that friendly energy that later made her a TV star. By the way, she wasn't just a radio personality. She and her husband Mike launched their own voiceover business in the 90s. She did commercials, promos, probably even the kind of ad reads that pop up in between your favorite songs. She was hustling, quietly, consistently, building a career no one saw coming, and then QVC came calling. In 2005, Carolyn Gracie joined the QVC family, and from her first moment on air, fans felt it. That warm, casual tone that made you want to buy 2 of whatever she was selling. She wasn't flashy. She wasn't overly polished. She was real, approachable, like someone you'd run into at Home Goods who'd help you pick out throw pillows. Her shows became legendary. Garden Party with Carolyn, Carolyn's Closet, animal segments, plant demos, live product tests that occasionally went hilariously wrong. But it didn't matter, because Carolyn made it all feel like home. And let's talk about that catchphrase. Don't dilly-dally! She said it at the end of nearly every show. It became her signature, and in QVC forums, fans still say it. Sometimes half-joking, sometimes dead serious, as a little tribute to the host they loved. But behind the smiles, there was so much more happening than viewers ever realized. Let's start with the chaos. Live TV chaos. Carolyn wasn't afraid to go there. During one unforgettable broadcast featuring Ellen DeGeneres' pet product line, Carolyn ate cat food on air. Yep, she bit into it, with a smile. And then there was the time she took actual shots of whiskey live on camera. Who else could do that with class and still look completely in control? Carolyn once joked that working with Ellen was like being Ethel to Lucille Ball. You didn't know what was coming, but you just had to roll with it. But if you thought those were one-offs, think again. She modeled sweaters while her dogs wandered through the set. She demoed planters while squirrels made appearances in her garden. She even had her own cult following online for her signature haircut. Fans literally called it the Carolyn. And underneath all the laughs was a woman going through serious battles. In 2015, Carolyn shared something most hosts would have kept private. She had breast cancer. A routine scan revealed early signs, and due to her family history, her younger brother had died of cancer at just 14, she made the courageous decision to undergo a double mastectomy. And she didn't hide. She wrote about it. She talked about it. She laughed through it. She even joked that her husband now had something in common with Brad Pitt and Tom Hanks, both of whom were married to women who'd had the same surgery. That's Carolyn for you. Even in pain, she kept it human. She made it relatable, and what's more, she kept working, hosting QVC segments just days after surgery, helping viewers feel normal even when her own world was flipped upside down. But let's fast forward to the moment that rocked her fan base, her sudden exit from QVC March 2023. Out of nowhere, Carolyn posts to Facebook, "After 19 years, I am no longer working at QVC. No final show, no celebration, just gone." Turns out QVC's parent company, Curade, laid off over 400 employees in a corporate restructuring. Carolyn was one of them. So was fellow host Dan Hughes. Fans were furious. The forums exploded. Why was Carolyn let go? Why didn't QVC give her a proper send-off? Why didn't anyone say goodbye? The network stayed quiet. But Carolyn? She kept it classy, she thanked her fans, she expressed gratitude. And she teased that a new adventure was coming soon. Spoiler alert, it did. In 2024, Carolyn launched her own home and garden line, Girl Next Door by Carolyn. It's everything her fans love: cozy, pet-friendly, garden-focused, playful. And it even brought her back to QVC, this time as a vendor. Yep. In February 2024, Carolyn returned to the network where she'd once ruled the screen, now selling her own products. And fans? They showed up? Big time. She wasn't just back. She was building a brand. But Carolyn's post-QVC life isn't just about planters and pet decor. It's about purpose. She's active on social media. She posts tips, behind-the-scenes stories, adorable animal clips, and sometimes little pep talks for fans who feel lost. She uses her platform to raise awareness about breast cancer, support animal welfare, and encourage people, especially older women, to reinvent themselves. And that brings us to one of the biggest secrets Carolyn never led with: her resilience. Yes, she fought cancer. Yes, she built a media career from scratch. But she also quietly volunteered at the Los Angeles Zoo for years. She took care of more rescue animals than we can count. She mentored younger hosts behind the scenes. And when a guest host fainted during a live show back in 2012, Carolyn kept her cool, handled the moment, calmed the audience, and later reassured everyone online that the guest was okay. That's the kind of professionalism you don't teach. That's instinct. So what's the real Carolyn Gracie story? No drama, no downfall, just a woman who lived a full life in front of the camera and kept building an even fuller one when the cameras turned off. She's still married to Mike, her husband of many years. They still live with their animals. They still garden, laugh, grill, and build things together. She's still the same neighborly, slightly goofy woman who once tried on 6 sweaters in one segment and called it fashion speed dating. Only now, she's doing it on her own terms. She once said, "If I can inspire one person to smile every day, I've done my job." Well, Carolyn, mission accomplished. You weren't just a QVC host. You were a friend, a sister, a safe space. And now you're a business owner, a survivor, and still the girl next door. So the next time you scroll through QVC forums and see Carolyn's name pop up, remember this: she didn't disappear. She evolved, and her secret life? It was never about hiding. It was about growing. So here's to Carolyn Gracie, a true original, a woman who lived her truth even when it got messy, who made us laugh, cry, and yes, maybe even buy a pair of slippers we didn't need. Thank you for everything, Carolyn, and to our viewers. What's your favorite Carolyn moment? Was it the cat food, the garden hacks, or just that signature don't dilly-dally goodbye? Drop your memories in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and join us for more real stories from your favorite QVC hosts, because behind every smiling host, there's a story waiting to be told, and we're here to tell it. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and maybe buy that extra flower pot. Carolyn would approve.